Bismillahi wa ala barakatillah. I'm saying it 3 times. Bismillahi wa ala barakatillah. Bismillahi wa ala barakatillah. Okay, who can say it?
Bismillahi wa ala barakatillah.
MashaAllah. Who else?
Bismillahi wa ala barakatillah.
Bismillahi wa ala barakatillah.
MashaAllah. Who else?
Bismillahi wa
ala barakatillah.
Barakatillah.
Bismillahi wa ala barakatillah.
MashaAllah.
Bismillahi wa ala barakatillah.
Our food is created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is Allah who creates fruits, food, vegetable, meat, everything for us. So before we eat a drink, before we eat anything, we should remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Otherwise, it will be very ungratefulness to Him. So before we eat, we say, Bismillahi wa ala barakatillah. In the name of Allah and with the provision given by Allah. I think all of you will remember it, inshallah. And dua before reading. When we sit for reading, to learn anything, we say, Rabbi zidni ilma. Rabbi zidni ilma. Rabbi zidni ilma. Say it once, all of you.
Dua before reading.
Okay, who else?
Rabbi zidni ilma. Rabbi zidni ilma. Rabbi zidni ilma.
So it
Rabbi
means,
zidni ilma.
MashaAllah, it means, oh Allah, increase my knowledge. Increase me in knowledge. Give me more knowledge. Make me knowledgeable. So it's a nice thing to say. As Allah gave us life, He gave us hearing, He gave us our eyes, everything. So before we start reading, we again remember Him. We say, oh Allah, increase my knowledge. And by saying that, the time we spend for reading, that will be counted that we are spending the time or doing something as act of worship, as ibadah. So if we say this dua before reading, our reading will be counted as worshipping Allah. So we will be learning, exam preparation will be going at the same time, it will be counted for reward. I hope all of you will remember it and you will say when you sit for reading. Then dua after hearing a good news. When you hear anything nice or good, you say, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. That means praise be to Allah. All praise due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whenever you hear anything good, you say that. Whenever you eat or drink, after you eat and drink, you say, Alhamdulillah, you praise Allah. So what do you say hearing anything good?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
What do you say after eating or drinking?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah. So don't forget to say that. Next, dua after hearing bad news. If we hear anything bad, what makes us sad, we don't get despair, we don't get frustrated. Rather, we say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. It means, Inna lillah. Indeed, we are for Allah. Wa inna ilayhi, and to Him, raji'un, we are returning. So we are for Allah and we all are returning to Him. So whatever happens in this worldly life, we don't worry too much about it because we are heading to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we don't get frustrated whatever happens. So what do we say hearing anything bad? Say one by one. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Okay, who else can say it?
Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un.
Good. Next one is very important. We know that our parents are very important for us, and Allah commands us to be loyal to them, to be obedient to them, not to show disrespect to them. At the same time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches us a nice dua to do for our parents. Allah Himself is teaching a dua for our parents. It says, Rabbirhamhuma. Rabbir. Ba will go with Ra. Rabbirhamhuma. Rabbirhamhuma. Kama. Rabbayani. Rabbayani. Sagira. Sagira. Rabbirhamhuma kama rabbayani sagira. Rabbirhamhuma kama rabbayani sagira. Rabbirhamhuma kama rabbayani sagira. It means Rabbirhamhuma, O Allah, have mercy, shower your mercy upon our parents. O Allah, have your mercy upon our parents. Kama, as Rabbayani, they brought me up, Sagira, when I was very little. O Allah, as our parents brought us up when we were very little, have your mercy upon them when they are in their old age or they are in the grave when they are dead. Oh Allah, have your mercy upon them. So nice and powerful dua. Allah Himself is teaching us that, oh people, pray to me on behalf of your parents. Pray to me for your parents because they are the one who brought you up when you were very young. When you're like a kid, you couldn't talk, you couldn't eat, you couldn't do anything by yourself. You couldn't use toilet by yourself. You couldn't say anything. In that stage as well, your parents brought you up. So pray to me for them. So this is the powerful dua Allah teaches us in the Quran. All of us have to memorize it. And we should say it in our prayer, after our prayer, in our dua. Especially people who lost their parents, or when we lose our parents, we have to say it every day. That will make our parents who will be in the grave, that will make them happy, and Allah will be happy at the same time. So as a good children, we must memorize this dua. Let me say it 3 times again, then you will try to say it. Rabbirhamhuma kama rabbayani sagira. Rabbirhamhuma kama rabbayani sagira. Rabbirhamhuma kama rabbayani sagira. Okay, who will say it fast?
Dua for parents. Rabbirhamhuma kama ربياني صغيرا.
MashaAllah. Who else?
ربي
Rabbir. Ba will go with Ra. Rabbir.
ربي ارحمهما كما
Rabbayani.
ربياني صغيرا.
MashaAllah. Thank you, Hafsa, for your report. Who else?
ربي
Okay.
ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا.
MashaAllah. Very good, Tasneem. Who else?
ربي ارحمهما كما
Rabbayani.
ربياني صغيرا.
MashaAllah. Who else? رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. So today we learned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 du'as. It is mandatory for all of you to memorize them. And many of you learned first 4 du'as before. Today we just added another one. These 5 du'as are mandatory for you to memorize. I have recorded it and I will pass you the link so that you can revise the class and you remember and you can prepare yourself for this. And this dua is important for learning all of us. You can share these with others as well.